Hello everyone, my name is Sripal Jain. I'm a qualified chartered accountant and a US CPA. So today we have our esteemed guest, Luke Parrott from the University of Denver, Daniels College of Business, and he's the Director of Admissions. First of all, welcome Luke to our podcast. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for hosting me here at this beautiful office.
Thank you. So Luke, I know there are a lot of questions from the student side. So I will start and asking you a set of questions today in our podcast. My first question comes up is can you give us an overview of Masters in Accounting STEM program at Daniels College of Business? What set this program apart from others? Before you answer this, just for the audience to let you know, this college, right, is 125 years old. This is the third oldest school in the US. So that's what makes it quite special, to be honest, actually. And that's where a lot of questions also will come. And so the first question, like I said, can you give us an overview of Masters in Accounting STEM program at Daniels College of Business? What sets this program apart from others? So this is the popular question from the students.
Sure, yes. So we graduated our first student in 1911.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, and after a long history of success with students being placed in about a 50% CPA pass rate because our curriculum supports the CPA license, we expanded this program to have a STEM designation.
So what sets this program apart from others? Because there are a lot of programs which are STEM driven in the US today. So what is it different from this program?
This program has strong support in mentoring students to connect with companies while they're in the program to support internships and then placement after. To date, we've had 100% placement of our students after completing the program.
Awesome. So guys, 100% placement. Now you understand why this program is different from others. Okay. I think placement is one of the biggest thing a lot of the students ask, and that's one of the important thing as well. So our second question is, how does the STEM designation benefit the international students, particularly those from India? So could you explain the opportunities for an extended OPT?
Sure. So an extended OPT with a STEM designation gives you 3 years of opportunity to work upon completion of your degree. So with our resources, we will connect you with companies. We have big 4 accounting firms waiting at the door to meet you your first day of class. And they will want to network with you right away because they understand the quality of our students based on our reputation and the curriculum that is so complete that they will be really accepted and warmly welcomed to major accounting firms.
Awesome. So what are the qualities or qualifications you look for in applicants from India? Are there specific academic or work experience requirements?
There's no work experience requirements. We definitely have a lot of students coming straight into this accounting master's program from an undergrad in accounting. But we also have many students who are drawn to this program because they understand that analytics and robotic automation has to be a part of their education. And they've seen that wrapped into their accounting experience now. And so they come to our program so that they have the best in class education to prepare for what's going on in the marketplace today.
So how important are GMAT, GRE scores in the admission process, especially for Indian students? Is there any waiver or flexibility for these tests?
We are a test optional institution with the GMAT and the GRE, which means it is not required for you to submit. We would like you to work with your counselors and advisors to look at your GPA to make sure that it supports a strong qualification to our programs. And certainly in US 3.0 GPA and above is where we would like you to be. You should certainly discuss this with your counselors to make sure that you have a strong GPA because that is a high expectation in this program.
So guys, there is no such requirement of GMAT or GRE, but the GPA is very, very important. You just can't be poor with your studies. Okay. Now, placement assistance, what kind of support does Daniels College provide for job placement in the US? Are there specific initiatives or networking events that cater to international students like job fairs and all those stuff?
Well, I can tell you this one story. We have students that have just arrived after completing 2 weeks of classes. Their first day of class, they walked out of the classroom having met their classmates and their professors, and in the hall were these employers ready to greet them. The big 4 accounting firms have already visited all of them in the first 2 weeks of the program. They're waiting outside the hallway to shake their hand. So it is very in your face, very upfront, and it's a constant process throughout their experience with us. We also have career coaches that will help develop students' interview skills and networking possibilities and strengthen some of the weaknesses that you might carry with you. We all have strengths and weaknesses in our resume and in our ability to network, and so we will help you flex those muscles and become strong in those areas. But the Department of Accountancy is incredible at putting you right in front of these firms right away.
Awesome. So what are the current job prospects for STEM grads in accounting? How does the college prepare international students for navigating the US job market? And I want to highlight here, because there are a lot of companies who are little shaky when they want to hire a student who's having an F1 visa. So how are we trying to prepare them for this?
So most of our international students are finding that while the program is preparing you well for a 1-year study, once you get here and you network with us and you maybe land an internship for the summer, our students start to realize that maybe it's more beneficial to stretch this program a little longer than 1 year. You can complete it in 1 year, and that's fine, no problem. But the networking and possible internships that you might have, as I'll share a story here briefly soon about one of our most successful students, start with an internship in the US and then move towards a potential job utilizing that OPT in the second year of the program. And you usually need that amount of time to secure that.
So you were talking about the alumni success story. So could you share a success story of an international alumni who have graduated from the program and are now working in the US?
So as I mentioned, our STEM designation is new. It's only a 1 year old. So we just graduated our first STEM designated student, and it's a success story. His name is Sajit. He's actually from Nepal, but he completed the program, had secured a quality internship, and now he's working in Denver full-time with Deloitte.
Now, does the program include internships, because you have spoken about that, or co-opportunities, and how do they contribute to practical learning for students?
So the practical learning, I think, comes into the classroom with the faculty who are so close to the marketplace that they know exactly how to prepare the students. We have an accountancy advisory board that represents the big 4 accounting firms and major accounting organizations around the city, so that we know that our curriculum is the sharpest that it needs to be, but we also know exactly what the job market is like for our students and the timing and placement for them.
How does the program ensure global exposure for students, especially for those coming from diverse education backgrounds like India?
Sure. Our STEM designated program naturally draws students from all around the world. Certainly, we are proud to have brought in 5 new Indian students this fall to the program. So we're very accustomed to international students being with them with the program. I was just in a room just 1 week ago with 45 international students that had just arrived from 13 different countries. And what we did for them was we sat down and shared the secrets of success and how to network and what the challenges of the first year students had been in the programs that they were a part of. And they shared that advice with all the new incoming students to say, you need to meet and network with employers right away. You need to meet with your career coaches immediately. And they share this knowledge together so that they start off very quick in the program.
Awesome. So how connected are faculty members to the industry? Do they bring practical insights to the classroom that help students to prepare for world challenges?
Yes, and I think the strength of our program and our faculty is with the advisory board that supports this. They're able to give real-time knowledge of what's happening in the marketplace. They hold a strong reputation and value of the Daniels College of Business, as old as we are, and the legacy we carry. And so we've always had the top knowledge of what's happening in the community. You will quickly know one-on-one the director of the program, Dr. Sharon Lassar, who's very personable and will meet with each of you one-on-one and share her insight.
Awesome. So now the most important part for the students, and that is what is scholarships. So are there any specific scholarships for financial aid options available for Indian students? What is the process of applying for them?
Yes, so we actually have a phenomenal international student scholarship fund. We support students very strongly with average scholarships at 40% and all the way up to 65%. So usually students will look at our program initially, they'll get very excited, but then they'll see the price and they will decide, this is not for me. And what I tell each student is that you will automatically be evaluated for merit-based scholarship just by applying. And when you receive your acceptance offer, it comes with the scholarship attached to it. No excess paperwork, no additional application, and that scholarship can include graduate assistantships. So we've seen students that came to the program from India this year with scholarships ranging from 40% to 63%. And so their total cost of programming was only something from $27,000 to $43,000.
Oh, that's quite reasonable, guys. So I think this is one of the very important point, because I see a lot of our alumni is also applying whenever they're going for University of Denver. They're like, Sripal sir, $60,000-$70,000. I'm not going for it. But this is a very valid point that once you apply for it, you'll come to know about the scholarship, and the fees can come down as low as $27,000 also. So that's a very, very important point, folks. So now, what should international students expect in terms of cost of living in Denver? Are there tips you could offer for budgeting as an international student?
Yes, of course. When our students are accepted, we help them with understanding their indirect costs by providing for them a financial tuition worksheet. We will personalize that for you. We will attach your scholarship to it so we know how much it's costing you just for your tuition. And then we'll bring in the indirect costs that are associated with living in Denver. Roughly $18,000 is what we usually amount to that, but we know students will vary with their preferences on that. Then we'll connect you with campus housing opportunities. Many of our students prefer off-campus housing, and we have many international students that would be willing to talk to you as global ambassadors to speak with you while they're on campus about how they found their best living situation.
Awesome. So now we will be talking about the culture and life in Denver. So how does the Daniels College support international students in adjusting to the life in the US, both academically and culturally? And we know that there are a lot of these incidents of safety and all. So how do you guys kind of help them in that?
Yes, we know that safety is on top of mind for our students. So we will do a pre-departure training before you leave from the safety of your homes here to travel to see us. Myself and Prathamesh will dedicate our time to introduce you to the process of getting to campus, arriving to the Denver International Airport, which is one of the busiest airports in the world, and helping you navigate the 30 kilometers to get to campus. We can support you as much as you like through that process. And then once you're on campus, we'll begin with an international orientation with students from the entire university to help you understand the guidelines for maintaining your visa status and make sure you feel confident with that. And secondly, to make sure you feel safe in our community and feel like you know how to navigate the roads and the systems that are available to you to live here and really feel comfortable. All of our students have found it to be a very inviting place internationally. Maybe the only thing that they might say is that it's a little colder in Denver than it is here.
I've been to Colorado actually. Rocky Mountains is my favorite, to be honest. So it's an amazing location, folks. So can you tell us about students' organization or clubs that international students typically engage with? How does this contribute to their overall experience?
Yes, it's important for international students to connect first with each other when they arrive. But that's not our intent for the whole way through the program. We want you to integrate into the entire culture of the Daniels College of Business. And the best way to do that is form friendships with American students and other international students. Usually they do that by finding small working groups to connect together and study together. And that is the bonds that really last for you, that you can have some friends that you take your lunches and your dinners with and then study with and really prepare for all your exams. The accountancy program is a very close-knit community, and so they spend a lot of time just together as a department, but you'll be exposed to over 200 students that are studying in other disciplines, other STEM-based programs, and MBAs as they're going through this experience.
So how does the program support students are looking to get CPA certified? Does the curriculum aligns with CPA exam requirements? Because so we are like premier provider for CPA course in India here. So now there are a lot of people who would enroll for this program are basically the CPA or enroll agent pursuing students of us. So does this curriculum kind of complement with it or align with this?
Yes, with our AACSB accreditation, we are aligned with our curriculum and the CPA preparation. The CPA pass rate for our students speaks for itself. It's at 49%.
Awesome. So given the differences in accounting standards between India and the US, how does the program prepare international students to adopt the US regulations?
Yes, so we'll prepare you properly for all of those concerns through our international house, which will support the process for you to complete all your documentation and know the timing of when you need to complete everything. We also have great support here on the India side of things with our wonderful admissions director, Prathamesh Pandey, who will be asking questions and helping you answer the right concerns that you might have in real time here in India while you talk to our team in back Poland.
So what advice would you give to the students from India who are considering applying to the program?
We want you to do your research. We want you to know why you want to choose Daniels. Obviously, we are a fantastic program and we have incredibly qualified students coming. But please help us understand through the application and the required interview that's part of our admissions process why you're choosing to study at Daniels. Tell us about your background of education and your work experience that qualifies you to study in this competitive and rigorous curriculum. And so when we have the confidence to hear you and your interest in us, then we feel like we can invest it.
So if I ask Luke, right, why he should opt for Daniels College, because you said that they must investigate why they must join. So you tell us, why should they join Daniels College?
Well, if you're looking for a curriculum that's going to prepare you for a career in accounting and maybe working for a Big Four accounting firm, which many of our students do, then this is the straight and narrow path for you to go on to achieve that goal.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Luke. This was amazing to have so many questions being discussed basically. So just to give a brief overview about the program, guys, and why people are kind of moving towards the STEM accounting a lot. So previously when we used to see that, we used to have a Masters of Accounting program, which used to be typically 2 years. Now with the STEM thing, it have gone reduced to 1 year, and you get a 3-year OPT as well. So that means you get an option to work in the US also for 3 years. So you are eligible to get the nature of the visa, which is F1 visa, which is typically a study visa. It is given for 5 years so that you can prepare for your masters and then go for an internship like Luke said, and then basically converting that into a full-time job, and after studying you can go for a job and then kind of convert that into a H1 or later any other visa. So H1 is typically a work permit visa, which gives you an opportunity to actually kind of renew your visas again and again and keep working in the US. But the primary objective and the aim would be more towards kind of working towards your program and becoming a very, very good student who have a great expertise in accounting and finance. Now, one important thing, Luke, one more question just to add on here was visa preparation, right? So how is the visa success rate for international students opting for this college?
We really encourage you to work with your advisors and your counselors to make sure that you have a strong plan in place. But as much preparation as you can make, the most important thing is to feel confident. We talk to our Education USA offices here locally, and the best advice they give for students, especially before that interview that might be bringing up all the nerves for you, is to express confidence. You can prepare the best script possible. You can bring all of the proper documents in place. But if you can't exude the confidence that you have that this is the right program for you, that you've identified the right school that you want to be at, and that this is the path that you want to promote your career and your future educational goals, then that may come across unclear to the interviewer.
100%.
And so we encourage you to be confident. And even if you've had some failures in the past, it doesn't mean that you will always fail, because we know many students that have been disappointed by a rejection and then finally seeing their dreams come true.
Awesome. So this is a very good piece of advice for the people whose visas are getting rejected. One more point along with Luke I want to add is, because I've been to the US like almost every year I go once, honesty is very, very important. Do not talk anything which is not right. You'll be rejected straight away. There's a lot of focus on being honest and ensuring that you're maintaining the integrity and do not play around with the consulate. So be very, very careful. Whatever you have written, whatever facts are there, talk with honest thing. They'll easily accept your visa. If there is a slight dishonesty, also slight misappropriation of facts or anything like that, your visa can be rejected straight away. So we don't want you to get into all these things, and ensure that whatever you have written, you follow with that. Okay. So one more thing, what is the craze for us to go into the STEM accounting only? Why not STEM finance?
Well, we also have a STEM finance degree. Help students achieving those goals as well in the program. In fact, we have had certain students look at both of those programs and discuss the cost and benefits. I think it really comes down to your career goals, where you see yourself, and what skills that you need to support that dream to come true. So if you needed to consider the finance degree, that's something that you should consider. We have a tremendous STEM-based specialized master's in applied quantitative finance. You should look at that program as well and compare the curriculum with what's offered in this Master's of Accounting, Technology, and Analytics and see what's best for you.
So I got a repeat question on that, actually, to be honest, from students' perspective, is why Sripal sir is only recommending Masters in Accounting. And the reason, guys, is very simple, actually, because there's a huge shortage of accountants in the profession. And there are almost 300k accountants who have left the profession in the US. So there's a huge shortage, and when there is a huge shortage, there is a scope of getting a job in that particular domain. And that's one of the reasons that there's a huge pipeline issue for the CPAs, and that's the reason we are encouraging a lot of people to go for Masters in Accounting, because your H1 also, the work permit later which comes, it actually complements with your accounting program. So that is one of the reasons why we have recommended. But like Luke said, if your aspirations are different and if you want to move towards the finance, 100% you can go in for. But the job opportunities, what you see for accounting, audit and tax are definitely much higher when you compare it to the finance, because there are a lot of competition there. Look, so that's one of the reasons why we have been recommending accounting program a lot. But as Luke said, I think both the programs are really amazing. So by this, I conclude our podcast. Thank you so much, Luke, for coming in and giving your valuable time. I really enjoyed it, and the viewers who are watching us would have made it worth it. And for any other information, Luke is there on LinkedIn and all other platforms. You can always reach them on, or you can contact us at www.simandhareducation.com and visit our STEM accounting page and get more details on the Daniel College of Business. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Luke. Wow.